So we have embroidery hoops, and you might get one with the clasp at the end or just the round. It doesn't matter. Treat them the same. And you're going to be taking yarn and let's see. You will be, actually, I will give you pre-cut yarn. You will tie a piece of yarn on one end. You want to double knot it so it's nice and secure. Then you're going to go across. You'll hoop it around, and you'll actually go around to make sure it stays in place. And then I'm going to go back and do this 4 or 5 times back and forth to make it nice and strong. We are warping our loom. Which means you're making like the skeleton for what will, for your weaving, for you to weave on. Okay, so now I'm going to tie it off. Again, I want a double knot. Your next step is to make another string that goes across and divides your circle into 4 parts, and then you're going to go ahead and do it diagonally in both directions until you have done it 4 times, which creates 8 little triangles or 8 segments. Now, with weaving, an even number of sections does not really work, so we need to turn our 8 sections into 9. So you're going to tie a string in the center, and then you are going to do exactly what you did before, except only from the center to the rim of the circle. So you'll make that short segment. You'll go around 4 or 5 times like you did when you went all the way across, but this time you're only going from the center over to the rim of the circle. And once you've done that, like you always do, you're going to tie it off with a double knot so that it stays securely in place. Now, we need to make our sections even now that we've added a 9th section. So you're just going to gently slide. You don't want to lose the yarn. You don't want it to fall off of the hoop. So you're just gently going to eyeball it and make it look like each section's about the same distance apart. It doesn't have to be exact, but approximately. So now I have my 9 parts divided up, and it's time to add the t-shirt yarn that we're upcycling. You're going to tie it in the center of the hoop. Again, make a double knot as tight as you can so it's not so bulky. And then you'll simply begin weaving under, over, all the way around the circle, tightening as you go. So when we added the string, that was called warping the loom. Now our actual weaving process is weft. We're going to now create the pattern. So when you get to almost the end of your t-shirt yarn, you're going to tie another color on with a double knot, just your basic double knot. Make sure it's nice and tight and trim up the edges. Be careful not to trim too close because you might lose the knot. If you roll up the yarn and pass it through that way, it's easier to handle. Oh, and I made a mistake, so if you make a mistake, just go back. Keep paying attention. Are you keeping the pattern of under, over? And notice I'm tightening up as I go along.